everyone, Susie here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope everybody's doing well out there. In today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how I do my at-home manicures. So I've been trying to do weekly manicures. Obviously, the last couple of weeks, I have not been doing a good job of doing my weekly manicures. In fact, I don't even remember the last time I did one. So my nails are very tore up. You can see my skin is like super dry, just really tore up, and they look horrible. So I really am in desperate need of a manicure this week. But one of the reasons why I started doing my own manicures is to save money. You know, if you go to a nail salon, you can get a manicure, a regular manicure, probably like 30 bucks or so. If you're wanting like a gel manicure, you're gonna be paying sometimes upwards up to like $50. And it's pretty expensive. I mean, just in general, the amount of money that you would need to spend at a nail salon to do weekly manicures is crazy. So I've just been kind of doing my own, and I have a lot of my products that I'm using. I did have to repurchase quite a lot of my nail products. A lot of things I did bring with me, but there were things that I had to repurchase because I had to leave them behind when we were moving. That was a whole nother story. One day I will tell you guys that whole story time about our move here to Charlotte. And so I'm currently in my current filming area that I share with my husband with his computer. So I thought this is a great opportunity for me to go ahead and work on a video, do my weekly manicure, and show you guys how I do them. So if you're someone that's wanting to do your own weekly manicures, or you're just trying to save some money by doing manicures at home, I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my very gentle, very relaxing at-home manicures. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so this is where we're working, and I'm sorry if it's not like the most glamorous shot in the world. This is the best that I am going to be able to do with my current setup. So I just have a little, just like a kitchen towel down that I can go ahead and put in the wash afterwards. And the first thing I want to do is actually use some cotton balls. These are just some plain little cotton balls that I got at Walgreens today. And the reason why is because you want to start off before anything by getting any old polish and product off of your nails. And I actually didn't do a very good job of getting the last polish off. So I am going to go ahead and use just some nail polish remover. This is just the advanced nail polish remover with coconut, avocado, and olive oils from Walgreens. So we're just going to open that, and this is brand new, so it does have a seal. Just gonna get that open enough to where I can use it. And I'm just gonna go in and finish removing like these pieces of polish. Also, I bought a nail polish remover at the Dollar Tree here, and I was not a fan of it. It did not do a good job, did not get the nail polish off very well. I mean, in a pinch, I guess it did okay, but I have definitely bought better. Like, I would rather just spend a couple extra bucks and get this one at Walgreens. Also, yes, I am wearing penguin pajama pants. Next thing I like to do, and I already have some here, this is some jojoba oil. This is 100% pure jojoba oil. And I started doing weekly nail soaks with the jojoba oil. So jojoba oil is a ester, and it is really good for your hair, skin, and nails, but it really helps to kind of get your nails strong and really moisturize that area around your cuticles. So if you guys can kind of see, which I know my camera probably doesn't pick up on it too well, but my hands have a lot of dry, like hangnail skin, and I also have a problem when I'm stressed out of picking at my skin. I literally like pick at the skin and tear it and stuff. I know that's very nasty, but I don't know what it is. It's just some kind of stress relieving mechanism that I have. So what I like to do is do a weekly nail soak, and I usually do 10 minutes. I think you can do at least 7 minutes. I warmed this up in the microwave just a little bit so that it's just a tiny bit warm. You don't want it hot and burning you, so definitely be very careful. I just did 30 seconds and I let it cool for just a little bit. It does not need to be hot. And then I do have some paper towel here. So what I do is I just do this before I do anything else because it really helps to soften my cuticles, helps to just kind of get my skin soft before I get in there and start doing the little detail work with the manicure. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this hand and I just place it in there, and it's just nice and warm. It's not hot, not burning me. Definitely don't, you know, soak your hands in something that is burning you, but just nice and warm. And I just leave my fingernails kind of soaking in this and my cuticles soaking in this for about 10 minutes on each hand. If I'm kind of more in a rush, I will do 7 minutes on each hand, but this is just what I do to kind of soften my skin and just get my nails nice and strong. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will join you guys back here in just a bit. All right, so I did go ahead and soak my nails in the jojoba, and I did 7 minutes on each hand. So my skin around the nails does look a bit better. It's still a bit dry, and I do still have like pieces that I need to kind of get under control around the edges a little bit, but they do look and feel a lot better. So you can do that as often as you want. I don't think there's anything wrong with like putting it on at night, maybe wearing like gloves. I don't do that just because I'm really weird about my hands being like in a glove of something that is wet. I don't know, it's like a texture thing, it bothers me. So I don't do that, but you could do that if you wanted to. You could also use it on your feet, like if you have dry feet, you're doing a pedicure or whatever. But yeah, so I went ahead and got that done. Now, if you have longer nails and you want to clip them down just to kind of get them stronger again, maybe they got damaged or whatever, you can go in with a nail clipper, and clean that up. But mine are already pretty short, so I honestly don't need to do much clipping. That's because a lot of mine broke off, and because I wasn't doing my weekly manicures, I feel like they got weak again. I have very weak nails and to begin with, but that's besides the point. So I have a nail file instead. I'm just going to file some of the longer ones down a little bit because you can't tell so much from the video, I guess. But I had done like an at-home like glue-on nails recently, and I guess when I was trying to soak them off, I thought I soaked them off enough, but they, I guess, weren't coming off as easily as they should. And so I ended up tearing quite a bit of the top of my nail plate, I guess, off when I was doing that. And so I have a lot of like weak spots of the nails and like lines like here on the nail that, just kind of where it was bending. So I'm trying to just kind of get these a little bit shorter so that they, aren't so weak, that they don't break. And so I'm just going in with a nail file, not any kind of special nail file. I just got this one at the Dollar Tree. Just going in, and I like to just kind of make like a round shape. You can shape them however you want. If you have really nice nails, you could do like a really lovely like square shape, or maybe even more almond, but I just don't have good nails, so I'm just gonna round them out and have a little nail brush there. All right, next thing I need to do is just kind of clip some of the like excess cuticle that is kind of here around the edges. So I bought some new cuticle clipper things, and some people, they discourage, I guess, the use of these because they say like that it just creates more like hangnails and cuticles and stuff, kind of cuticle issues. But for me personally, I just think this is a really nice way. It really like cleans up my cuticles, and I can clip away some of these areas where I was biting at the skin and, you know, pulling at it and all that, so that I can kind of not have it get caught on something and like rip off, because that has happened to me. Right, so after a long while, I have finally went ahead and I clipped all the like cuticle, all the little pieces that were kind of sticking out, and so they look a little bit better. So before I use my little electric drill thing, I'm going to push back my cuticle to expose, or my living skin, I should say, to expose the cuticle there on my nail, because I want to remove that with my little electric nail drill. And I have to be very careful with the electric nail drill, because I have found that it will actually create like divots and dents in my nails, which is not something I want. I just want to remove that layer of cuticle that is stuck to my nail. So I'm just going ahead and pushing that back so I can expose that first, and just being kind of gentle. You can also use like an orange wood stick if you have one, but you can see kind of the cuticle there on my nail. And the cuticle is the part that kind of looks white. It's like on your nail, you can see it. So just pushing that back. Now for my little nail drill, I'm gonna use probably this one here, just because I really like the shape of it, and it really gets in there and kind of removes. So this is a little nail drill that I got off of Amazon. It's from Melody Susie. It looks like this. And you can get this on Amazon. They're pretty inexpensive. My husband actually got this one for me. And then it's got like a little power thing here, so you can go reverse or forward. So I'm gonna go forward, and you can have it all the way turned up, or you can have it pretty low. So I'm actually gonna turn it to the lowest setting, and I'm gonna just go in with this and just very gently, I'm just removing that cuticle. Now, if you find that it's not really getting it, you need to turn it up some, you can do that, but you just want to be kind of gentle when you're removing that, so you're not making any kind of dents or divots in your nail. So I'm just kind of going in and removing those cuticles. I'm actually going to turn it up just a tad. Going in, and you can see it like kind of coming off. Sometimes you need to change the direction, and don't press down too hard. Okay, so by the way, let me just say, because I know you guys are probably like, this is so long, like who has time for this? Doing an at-home manicure is something you should do to pamper yourself, to, you know, treat yourself as like a me time. You know, this isn't something that you want to do and like you're doing this quick in like 5 minutes and you're done. This is going to be like at least a good 30 minutes to an hour that you can dedicate to just pampering yourself, you know. And for me, it's usually about 30 minutes. It doesn't usually take me longer than 30 minutes, but you may want to do some additional steps. You know, you might want to do something I'm not doing. So if you want to add additional steps to kind of pamper yourself a little bit more, by all means, you know, go right ahead. Your at-home manicure should be whatever you want it to be. And, you know, definitely something that makes you feel good, that you're enjoying, and, you know, that makes your nails look good. So this is how they're looking so far. Of course, like I said, they are short because a lot of them broke. I did just kind of wash my hands off after I used the little nail drill, because I had like little shavings and dust and things from my nails everywhere. But one of the things I used to do is buff my nails. I don't do that anymore because I found that they just really were even more weak and brittle when I buffed them, so I don't do that anymore. I just think, you know, me using just that plain little thing to do my cuticle, and that is enough. Like, I don't need to buff them anymore because it honestly just makes them even more weak and fragile. And so I actually had to go out and purchase a couple nail polishes and a top coat, base coat, because I had to leave mine behind. So I purchased this one. I've never actually tried this before. This is from Essie. This is their all-in-one top coat and base coat and strengthener. So I just went ahead and purchased this. It wasn't cheap, but I find that a really good top coat is not easy for me to find, and so I went ahead and I got this one. And then I got two nail polishes. One is this one by Olive and June. I've never actually tried anything from this brand. This is in the shade Bold and Unshaken, and it's a 7 free nail polish, dreamt up in LA, made in Korea. So that's kind of nice. But I just love this color. It's like a pretty lilac, so I decided that that's the color I'm going to be doing today. And then I also got this one. This is from Essie. This is their Essie Expressie in the shade Checked In. It's a really pretty like color that kind of shifts. I'm gonna start off by first using my base coat. Now, if you have a nail dehydrator, which is just kind of like a polish that is just very highly drying to the nail, that is always a good idea to use before you do any nail polishes or base coats, because it really helps to kind of get any oils off of your nail so that the polish and the base coat and everything can stick better. I used to have one. I got it off of Amazon. It was actually pretty good, but I actually had to leave it behind, so I don't have it anymore. So I'm just gonna go ahead and proceed with doing my base coat. So this is a base and top coat. I like buying an all-in-one base and top coat. I just think it works a lot better and easier, and you know, it literally, to me, it's almost like the same thing. So I'm just gonna go in and apply this, and I've never used this one, but it seems like it's a very nice, like kind of almost like a thicker formula, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm just doing like a base coat, and I'm gonna do just one coat of base coat. And this is a glossy formula, so when I put it on as my top coat, it will be glossy. Great, so this actually dries pretty quickly, this Essie all-in-one top and base coat. So that is actually very good. This one is already dry and ready for me to do nail polish. This hand, it's almost dry, it's getting there, so I think I'm good. If I work carefully, I can go ahead and start on these nails. Now, some people, they like to do just one hand at a time. I'm trying to get done because I don't want this video to be too long. But if I was actually like taking my time and it was just me, then I would obviously possibly do just one hand at a time. And this is really hard to get open, good God. Okay, so finally got that open. Ooh, this color is pretty. So go ahead and we'll work on our nail color now. So don't apply it too thick. Take your time. No rush here. And I've never used anything from this Olive and June brand before, so not sure how I feel about it, but we'll find out. I feel like Essie or OPI, I feel like those spread better on the nail. Yeah, I feel like this one is like kind of hard to work with. All right, so I got my first coat done. I like the way it looks, but this formula is very thick. To me, it's super thick and it's hard to work with. It's almost kind of gloopy, so it is a little bit hard to work with, but I did get it to go on. So I'm gonna let this first coat dry, and then I will join you guys back for after I do my second coat, and then we'll do our top coat, and then I'll moisturize. So I'll see you guys back in a bit. Alright, so I did a second coat. I'm finally ready to put my top coat on. I legit feel like I've been doing this forever. So, and the reason why, I guess, is just because I'm filming it. I just feel like it is taking a very long time, even though it takes me the same amount of time that it always takes me. But, so, before I continue, my impressions of this, love the color. They had some very nice colors. And I'm not sure about the longevity of the polish because obviously I'm putting it on, so I'm not sure how long it's really going to stay on for. But this formula is so thick. It is so hard to work with, and it takes forever to dry. Forever. You have to put it on very thick for it to not be patchy, and you know, it takes so long to dry. So I don't know that I would ever buy anything from that brand again. I love the colors, but that would be something I would have to legit do on like a day when I have a whole lot of time. So I am gonna go ahead and do my top coat of the polish now. And I feel like they're pretty much mostly dry, but there might be a couple spots on certain nails that are not all the way dry, so I am going to be very careful with these. But my fingers definitely look a lot better. So I'm going to let that top coat dry, and once the top coat is dry, I'm going to probably do this off camera, but I'm just going to apply some of this Burt's Bees lemon butter cuticle cream just around my cuticle area where it was very dry. And then later on tonight, I will go ahead and put on just like some Gold Bond hand cream or something like that. But that is pretty much the whole you know, process that I usually do when I do an at-home manicure. I just do my nail soak, I trim everything, I file, I use my little electric drill, which really helps. And then I'll just go in with whatever color I'm feeling at the moment and do one coat of base coat, one coat of top coat, and then I'll, you know, do like a moisture thing, like a cuticle cream or a lotion or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna let these dry, and then I'm actually gonna be going to make dinner. But my hands look so much better. They just look so much better. Even though my nails are short, they just look better, and they don't look as dry and nasty as they did. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna try to, when I'm editing it, condense it down so it's not quite so long, but I hope you found it helpful, and definitely try out doing your own manicure at home. You're gonna be surprised by the amount of money that you save, and sometimes it's just very like relaxing, just very meditative to just, you know, do your nails like on a certain day of the week. I usually do mine on Sundays. Just so relaxing. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in my next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye guys.